Yeah, in the year 2003, a movie came out of South Korea called Old Boy. Yeah, it's a big hit, right? So the next summer they released it like in Hong Kong and Tokyo, like Japan, right, and even Vietnam and shit. It's a huge hit all over Asia and shit. So and even Quentin Tarantino even saw the movie, right? And he was like, "Yeah, it's fucking awesome," because Kill Bill came out the same year, and it's kind of the same movie like Kill Bill. It's like revenge, you know, but on a totally different take, right? So then Hollywood gets wind of this movie, right? And they're like, "Dude, like literally 500 million people have already paid to watch this fucking movie, you know? It's fucking surefire hit, right?" So they buy the rights to Old Boy, and instead of just releasing it, they reshoot the whole fucking movie, right? It's just so they can really, you know, change the main character from an Asian guy to a white guy. And then the movie totally bombs, you know? It costs like 30 million to reshoot. It only costs 5 million. They only make 5 million, you know? Right, $25 million down the fucking drain. When if they would have just shown the movie as it was, they would have made some money, right? You know, it just goes to show you, man, being racist doesn't pay. Yeah, you know, everyone knows about the Golden Gate Bridge, right? It's like a tourist trap. But nobody really knows about the Bay Bridge. That motherfucker's a death trap. Yeah, that motherfucker's like 300 miles long and shit. Yeah, it's fucking whatever. And it doesn't cross like a river or a fucking canal. No, it fucking crosses like the Pacific Ocean and shit, you know? Like if you're on the Golden Gate Bridge and like an earthquake hits, you might be able to make it across, right? But if you're on the Bay Bridge, man, your ass is grass, man. It's fucking game over, right? You're fucking dead meat and shit. It could be an earthquake, a fucking boat could hit it. Motherfucking whale could flip it over, I don't know. It's fucking, whatever. Death on a stick, dude. Like, who the fuck built that? Fucking Satan? Yeah, buddy's like, you gonna go on the Bay Bridge? I'm like, hell no! Why are you gonna get to Oakland? I'll go around, right? Shit. Ugh. Yeah, fuck that mother. I'll ride on a fucking Kobe Bryant helicopter before I ride on that motherfucking Bay Bridge. Yeah, I know right when I get on this shit, it's gonna start falling apart like a fucking action movie and shit. Like, what is that, the fucking Michael Bay Bridge? Yeah, whenever a female comedian starts talking about her boyfriend, you know, I just instantly tune out, right? I'm like, next. You know, nobody cares about your happy life and shit. Yeah, you know, I noticed that white people don't know what to do with rice and shit. They like throw it at weddings. They fucking use it to dry our phones and shit, you know? I'm like, it's food, you just eat it. And like nowadays, like they're using it for all sorts of like do-it-yourself projects and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Stop making all these fucking life hacks out of rice and shit. This isn't fucking arts and crafts. It's fucking Uncle Ben's. Yeah, Thomas Matthew Crooks, he'll go down in history as basically the biggest loser of all time, right? Like, you know, not only did he not, you know, he failed his mission, but he made Trump look even better, right? You know what I mean? He died for that. And fucking, by the looks of him, he fucking died a virgin, you know? But he's in hell now, so he's probably not a virgin anymore. Yeah, I don't think vegans should have kids, you know? Because, like, it's like a form of child abuse to force that on a growing child, you know? Yeah, I was working for this dude once, this chef, and he was vegan, and his wife was vegan too. And the guy, he was Mexican, and his wife was Vietnamese. Now, my ex-wife, she's Mexican. And so, like, our kids look the same, you know? Like, when I saw his son, like, he looked just like my son. But the biggest difference, like, his son looked all sick and malnourished and shit. Like, the number one thing I noticed was that his hair looked all, like, weak and thin, you know? And I was like, what the fuck, you know? Somebody get this poor boy a fucking cheeseburger and a glass of milk. The motherfucker would grow up to be a cannibal and shit. Yeah, I'll tell you one secret about Asians. Like, if you're ever gonna fight an Asian person and you want to gain an advantage, fight them in the middle of, in a bright sunny day, you know? Like on a bright sunny surface, right? Like sand or snow. Because like Asian eyes are sensitive to bright light, you know? Even me, like sometimes I'll be walking down the sidewalk and I'll be like, ah shit, fuck, you know? Because like the bright light like literally hurts my eyes. But on the flip side to that is don't ever fight an Asian in the dark, you know? Because we have excellent fucking night vision. Yeah, if you see my eyes right here, look, see when I do this, see these parts of my eyes, the upper part, that almost never gets exposed to direct sunlight, right? So if I'm in the dark, all I have to do is go like this. It's like instant night vision. Yeah, whatever. The United States Navy found out the hard way, you know, during World War II, during the Battle of the Coral Sea. At the time, they were like, oh, the Japanese, they can't shoot in the dark. And they're like, oh fuck, now we're all dead. Hey grandma. And you know, Korean food sucks, you know? And the reason why it sucks is because we were colonized by Japan for like 35 years. And during that time, the Japanese, they would take all the good stuff, you know, and they bring it back to Japan. And so we were just left like with the leftovers, right? And so with those leftovers, we made Korean food, you know? And so it sucks, right? Don't ever let somebody gaslight you into believing that Korean food is like worth the price that you're gonna pay at a restaurant, right? You know, those same people that tell you Korean food is good are the same people that'll tell you that Dane Cook is a good comedian. You ever seen the movie Malcolm X? What did Malcolm X say to the thief? Get your hand out of my pocket. Yeah, that's not good. That'll probably work in England though. All right. Yeah, my favorite Star Trek series was Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Yeah, it's the most hardcore of all the Star Trek series, you know. And it's the first to feature a black captain, right? Captain Sisko. I never liked the title too much though, Deep Space Nine. It seems like just like a nerdy way of saying Star Trek South Central. That'll work in England too. And let's try this one. You know, having sex with a woman is the best feeling in the world, right? Yeah, it's awesome. You know, I feel like Rocky after, like Rocky Balboa afterwards. I'm like, oh, yeah, women do weaken legs. Yeah, Hinduism is very fascinating to me. You know, when I see Hindus practicing their faith and shit, I'm just kind of amazed. You know, I look at them like, wow, you are so spiritual. You're not praying to Satan, are you? Yeah, I was born in LA and I grew up in Temple City, which is near Pasadena. And so most of my classmates were white, you know? And so, whatever. None of the white girls thought of me as good looking, you know? Because I'm Asian, I'm weird looking, right? So that's how I thought of myself growing up. But then when I was 15 years old, I went to South Korea. And man, you know, not only was my mind blown, like so was my dick. Yeah, I don't know, like what white women would rate me as here, like a 4 or 5 or something. But in South Korea, I'm like a 9.9. Like I was like the tallest fucking dude in the whole country and shit over there. And like I have an American accent, you know? And so for a Korean girl, whatever. Korean girl born and raised in Korea, all of a sudden you see a Korean man walking around with an American accent, it's like fire crotch. I don't know, people don't say that anymore. Yeah, I was only 15 years old, but grown women were like just throwing their pussies at me and shit, you know? I was like, oh, excuse me, man, you know, you dropped this. And then, yeah, I had like women literally fighting for me over there and shit. I was like, what the fuck, mom and dad? Like, why the fuck you haven't grown up in America and shit? But yeah, I'm gonna go back. Like, my plan is to become a famous comedian, then I'm gonna go back to Korea and spend the rest of my days knee deep in a rice paddy of pussy. You know what they call a person who's mixed black and Asian? They call it Blasian, right? And a person who's mixed Mexican and Asian, you can call them either Mexican or Masian. You know what we call people that are mixed Asian and white? Assholes. My best definition of what a Korean is a person that is an East Asian who is neither Chinese nor Japanese. You know, our entire history, like, you know, Koreans have been fighting like both countries, right? They're both stronger than us. And so whatever. And we can easily just give up, you know? We can just be like, all right, whatever, we're Chinese, or all right, we're Japanese. But no, we choose to fight, you know? And aside from our fighting history, good geography, the number one reason why it's so hard for a foreign army to take Korea is the weather. Yeah, in the summer, it doesn't get much past 95, but it's like 100% humidity. And so it's like this fucking hot, miserable, sticky fucking hell and shit. And in the winter, it gets to like minus 40 degrees below zero. And so whatever, they call it the land of the frozen chode, you know? And so that's the real reason why it's so hard for a foreign army to take, whatever, invade Korea. And that's the reason why my parents are such assholes. And my brother's married to a Korean lady. She calls him oppa, which in Korean means older brother. I'm like, what the fuck? It's fucking gross, right? Me and my wife would just call me stepdad. Oh man, I don't even have enough time to say all my jokes. Okay, yeah, in Korean, Hanguk means Korea, Jungkook means China, and Miguk means Korean, or Miguk means America. So that's why the racial slur for Koreans is gook. Because when the first Koreans got off the plane, they would yell, Miguk! I'll use this last one. Alright, if you go to a Korean person's house, you have to take off your shoes before entering. It's not tradition or anything. We just want to make sure you're not stealing our good metal chopsticks. My name's El Mono. Thank you, Mother.